wee bit of help.
With only your stick?
With a stick, yeah.
With only your stick?
Yeah,
now, a lot of people walk with their stick, especially at my age.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're doing really well with that.
Well, a lot better than I did before.
And you're seeing a lot better. And you had your eye test yesterday, didn't you? And that was
yesterday.
That was a positive.
Well, it was a lot better than what I thought I anticipated.
Oh, that's good.
That's for sure.
Because you were worried about that, weren't you?
Pardon?
You were worried about going
I was
for your
worried
eye
about
test.
it, yes, I was. I was really worried about it.
Yeah, understandably so.
Well, never mind, but Carlos has been a great help anyway, you know, so
that'd be good.
once a week.
That's a bonus point already.
Well, it's a lot of twice a week.
That was good.
It's a lot of twice a week.
The script, we got the script ready and you remember that one well.
Bonus points.
So what I'll just begin with is Carlos. Do you just want to tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with Good Neighbours?
Yeah, sure. I retired in 2016 and I started some part-time care. So this was home care, going to people's homes. And because it was part-time, I had a lot of time on my hands. And then of course the pandemic started about 3-4 years ago. And I saw North Tyneside were trying to get some volunteers to help. And that's what prompted me to start helping with VODA. It was sort of shopping, it was delivering food boxes, etc. It was those sort of things at first, not really contact and things like that. But more recently, obviously, we've been able to get into contact, and I saw the buddy scheme and the shopper scheme, and so I thought I would try and see what I could do with helping in that. And that's how I came across and met John and Kate.
Yeah, because you live sort of in the same area.
We do. We both live in Whitley Bay. And yeah, that's right. So it's nice and easy for me.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, I picked my wife up from it was when the disease was going on, the coronavirus, and she had to fly from Glasgow because Newcastle was closed, or the flight she wanted was not available from Newcastle. So that night I went to bed early because I was rather tired, and normal for me, you know, about 9:45, and this happened to me, you know. I couldn't see properly, I couldn't stand up properly. I phoned an ambulance, my wife rang an ambulance actually. And to be quite honest with you, it changed my life quite a lot. Not being able to walk especially, and not being able to see properly, but the eyesight is improving quite a bit. So that's a plus side of it. Walking a little bit better with Carlos. Picks me up about I think it's every Monday and Friday. Well, definitely a Monday, and sometimes a Thursday or a Friday, and we go for a wee walk. So I am getting a little bit better at walking with the stick.
Yeah.
And a wee bit of help from Carlos, obviously. Yeah, so that's what happened to me, but I didn't think it would have happened to me, but it has happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think a lot of people feel the same way until it happens to them and they find themselves in this situation. And that just leads us nicely, because you were speaking about it briefly, just about if you'd like to tell us in your own words how the Good Neighbours service has helped you and your experience with the project so far.
Yeah, like I said before, my wife got in touch with Carlos here. He came down more or less straight away, within a week anyway. And we had a chat, initially had a chat, and Morrison's was a great shopping experience, for me it was anyway. So plus Carlos got a wee bit of shopping in, a little bit of shopping when he was there. But yes, it's been a great companionship altogether, and on a nice day, especially on a nice day, we go, walk down for a cup of coffee and a walk back. Yes, good.
Yeah,
It'd be
great.
good.
Yeah, because I think when you first came to us, you were with your walker, weren't you? And
That's
Carlos
right.
put it in his
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
It's now where you can now
You
walk
use
with
a
your
stick.
stick. So that's
I
an
can
improvement.
walk a little bit with the stick.
Yeah.
A little. I can't walk. The most I can do on us with the stick's about approximately 400 yards
Yeah.
with the stick.
That's still good though, isn't it?
That's still compared to where I was
Exactly.
about 9.5 months ago. Yes, it is marvelous. Yes.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Lovely. And Carlos, do you just want to tell us about your experiences with John and with volunteering for Good Neighbours?
Yeah, sure. So it's quite daunting, I think, the first encounter when you have a sort of an initial visit, because obviously, you've got to get on, you've got to get that trust and that connection. But we hit off quite well quite soon.
Yeah.
And I only came for a quick visit to see John and Kate and have a chat to them. And once we had the chat, we decided to go for a cup of coffee a couple of days later. So we did that first walk. It was good for me to sort of get an understanding of John's physical mobility, and how he walked, etc. Because obviously it gave me ideas of how far we could go, where we could go, and that sort of thing. And once we had that information and I'd spoken to John about it, then we decided that this going down the road to the coffee shop down the road, it was the easiest and most natural thing to do, because it gave John the opportunity to walk. However, since then we've been in the car and we've been other coffee shops, etc. And of course we go on a Monday, we go regularly to this shoppers project, which is also good because we then see a couple of other people who go there, and we have a little bit of a chat.
Yeah, it gives me a chance to walk as well.
Yeah. We when you haven't got any shopping, I take you around, and we just go and get couple of things from me, which is always good.
Yeah.
But it does give us an opportunity to have a chat to other people. Me and another volunteer, and you with some other client.
That's right.
That's using the
That's
project.
right.
Yeah.
But I find it very frustrating being a sort of agile sort of person to gone from like hero to zero in seconds, really. I find it quite
Frustrating, maybe.
demoralising, but Carl has helped me like no end, really, by being once or twice a week, possibly, if possible, to help me make a movement, make a move.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm sorry, my short memory is not as good as my long memory.
Not to worry, we're just taking our time. This is lovely.
Okay.
So we're progressing. We're trying to progress a bit now with John. We've been having conversations about meeting other people.
Yes.
And so either inviting one or two people that I know or one or two people that John knows, and seeing if we can meet up with them in different places, so that
nice.
Communication starts going a little bit better with John and other people, so that the group of people that he talks to expands, which means the conversation topics will expand and things like that. So
my last question to you, John, would be: would you recommend the Good Neighbours service to others?
Yes, yeah. As I said before, if they're all as good as Carlos, well, so much the better.
They're better.
I would definitely recommend it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah? Oh, lovely, it's great. And my final question to you, Carlos, is what would you say to someone who was thinking about volunteering for the project?
It's definitely worth having a go, because it may lead to other things, even if that particular aspect of the project isn't exactly perfect for you. It may lead to other things. And
that's right.
You do find that volunteers are quite relaxed about things, and if you can find a volunteer and and talk to them, then it's one more person you can talk to.
The good thing about Carlos is he uses common sense rather than bully, or not bully, but bully is probably the wrong word. He uses common sense. He can see things before they actually happen, which is, well, it's good for me.
Great.
Good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, thank you both for taking the time today to sit down and chat with us. It's been great.
We enjoyed it, didn't we, John?
We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Been great.
Good.